Welcome back to the Club 600 podcast. I'm joined with Susan Digangi. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Susan, for members who might not know who you are.
Sure. So my name is Susan Digangi, and I am a fitness instructor here at Club 600. Been teaching here for about a couple of years, teaching everything from spin classes to spin combo classes, so spin core, spin sculpt, and total body conditioning, which is a total body strength class.
Now, how did you get started as an instructor?
So I got started many years ago, I should say. So I played sports in high school, but was constantly getting injured. And come to find out, I have a congenital issue with my knees, so that my patella sits actually outside my knee. And the only way to fix it is to have like total reconstructive surgery, which was going to lay me up for like a year. And so decided not to do that. And so they said I really need to strengthen, my legs to make sure I could hold my kneecaps in place. So I ended up, I couldn't play sports because I was injured. So I joined a gym and started strength training. And when I was there, I saw some fitness classes, and this was, in high school, saw some fitness classes and thought, I could do that. I could totally do that. So right after that, I got certified and started teaching in college and started teaching at some other gyms. And it just kind of went on from there. And it just, it was something that I could do, and I could kind of modify the work to, accommodate my knees, which, got better over time because I got stronger, doing the strength training. And so kind of taught for many years. I taught for about 15 years. I had to stop when my career was really busy and I was traveling a lot, but then just picked it up a couple of years ago. So it's been great.
Now, what's your career? Like, what do you do for work outside of the club, being an instructor?
So my career in the past was sales and consulting. So I worked for a technology company my sector was the financial industry. So selling into banks and helping them with their networking and their computer needs and integrating all of their networks and services, providing resources to do that, because a lot of times IT departments don't have the people that are really specialized in what we're providing. So we provide our own resources. They would be on staff with our particular clients. So I did that for many years, but because I was traveling a lot, I couldn't teach the classes, so I kind of had to end that there. But so it's been busy, and it's been a great job to have on the side. So when I can kind of pick it up again, it really works, and it's fun to do.
So are you still in sales, or what do you do
So
now?
I'm not. So I'm not working right now in that. So I may go back to it at some other point. When I had my kids, I kind of stayed home with them and just did some other things just so I could be around for them. So so it's been great. So this is kind of my thing now.
This is like your baby.
Yeah, it is. And just getting a little bit more into the fitness industry and working on another certification right now. So I have my Mad Dog certification for spinning. I've got my group fitness instructor certification, and I'm working on my Rockstar certification. Right, I don't know why they call it that, but it's a Rockstar spin certification.
Okay, so it's just another degree of spin?
Yeah, so it just brings you up to like a different level.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like a personal training or just like a different course in general.
So this one, the Rockstar, is specifically to spin. So it just gives you just more training and more ideas to kind of work with your class. A lot of it's like building community, and we work on like heart rate focus, and so there's a lot of different things that we do in the class. But it's good. I just feel like knowledge is so great. Like just learning more and more about something that you're really passionate about is pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, the brain's a muscle too. So
Yeah,
exactly. You gotta work out daily,
Right. Yeah, and I find myself, when I've got like time to read things, like I'm always going to like fitness stuff. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of where.
That's like your calling. It's what you're drawn to.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and I'm always interested in what different people say, because there's always different views about different things, and so I like to read a lot about what's going on in the industry and what different people see and what's happening, what some of the new things are. It just kind of keeps you fresh and keeps you up to date.
Now, was there anything specific that drew you here to the club? Because I know you've been here for several years, even before it even became Club 600 back when it was Summit. Was there anything in general that kind of like, this is the place to be, or?
Yeah, so I worked out at a bunch of different gyms. So prior to this, I was at Boston Sports Club. So I was there, and I met Sandy there.
Yeah.
That's where we first, well, we met before that, but we started doing her classes, and she came over here, and I kind of went back and forth for a while, and I worked out at Boston Sports Club and here. And I love the kind of like the boutiqueness of this club. So it's a community. It's really a community. I kind of felt lost. Boston Sports Club isn't there anymore, but it's just a lot of people. You were just another person there. Here, I feel like you walk in, like everybody knows you. Everybody knows your name. It's kind of like cheers, right? And it just felt closer. It felt like more of a community, which is what I was looking for. So Sandy and I, we connected. That was many years ago when our kids were both little. But we're talking about classes, and she was an instructor, and come to find out, so Sandy and I both went to the same college, and I taught fitness classes there, and she used to do my fitness classes. So that was kind of our neat little discovery one day. We're like, oh, she's like, oh my God, I used to do your fitness classes. Oh my God, they were great. So so that was a lot of fun.
It's like all full circle.
It comes full circle, right? So now we're both back at it again.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I know. So, but I really liked, just the community that was here, and it still is, and it just kind of continues. And there's so many people that have been here for so many years, and new people coming in the door every day, which is really nice to see.
New programs and everything too. Like, we get new trainers, new classes added on board, like the CrossFit, that whole new program, whole new setup.
Yeah.
New equipment.
Absolutely.
New areas. I mean, we're adding the stretch mat in. Hopefully by next month it'll be up and running. So there's always just something new coming up nowadays. It's crazy.
There really is. Yeah, and I love the stretch mat. I love the concept of having it in the gym. It just makes a lot of sense. You've got the gym, you've got the physical therapy, and you've got the stretch mat. So it's just kind of like the holistic approach.
Nutrition too.
And nutrition. Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. And it's, got the fitness classes. And there's something for everyone. And if for people who haven't done a class before, or haven't walked into the gym before and have been thinking about it, it's intimidating, right? And it feels a little bit daunting. And even for someone that's been, working out for a while and in the fitness industry, going to another gym, it's like, I don't know anything. I don't know how they work. I don't know what the class is. Where do you get the stuff?
It's like a new day at school. It's
going
to a new school. You got to get organized, like the first couple weeks, even like a month.
Yeah.
Especially now, it's like you're mixing COVID, and it's like, mask mandate is back in Bedford.
Right.
So it's a whole new challenge. It's a completely different programming and training just with the mask on.
Yeah, it is. But for somebody that was new, I would definitely encourage them to it's a welcoming community. So get rid of that fear. It may feel weird at first, like that first day coming in, but people are so welcoming, and the instructors are always going to be welcoming the new people that come in. I also have members who are so great that I'll get them set up. They're all ready to go. And at the end of the class, they'll, go over and introduce themselves and see how they did. So it's just a great community. So that's just my little advice for somebody that's new and looking to, start something. The kids are back at school. Maybe you're working from home now and you've got a little bit of time to come out and get some workouts in. Get rid of the fear. Just come and give it a shot.
A little bit of a mental game there, a little bit of a mental tip.
Absolutely.
Because I usually ask every person when they come in, what's the one tip? Would you say that's your one tip, or do you have something else you want to add?
So that's my one tip for getting into the gym. Because I do think, and I say that to my class all the time, I'm like, how many of you guys thought about not coming today? And they're like, oh, because it's so easy to roll over and hit that snooze button. But then you come and they're like, just feel
it
like
just kickstarts the whole day, especially that morning. You're bringing that energy, you're getting everything moving, you're nice and warmed up. The rest of the day just flows after that.
It sets the pace. It sets the pace for the day. It does. And that's one thing you can check off. If you do nothing else, and I say that to my class too, if you do nothing else all day, you did this and you totally crushed it.
Yeah.
So that's one tip. But my other tip is, it's so important to move, right? So important to move and find something that you like. And so it doesn't have to be a fitness class, but it could be walking. It could be ballroom dancing. It could be riding your bike. It could be hiking. But whatever it is, commit to it and do it. Just get out and move, because it'll make all the difference. And just in how you feel and in your overall health. And, and really figure out what your goals are. There's such a huge relationship between fitness and nutrition. So, working on both of those, and, maybe seek out some advice as well to an expert who can help you along the way.
We have one here. Cheryl. She was on my last podcast episode.
Yes. I saw some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was great. It was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite? Oh shoot! What's your favorite activity outside of the club? Like, you were talking about hiking, biking, like all that. Like, I know you're huge on spin.
Yeah.
When you're here, you do a little bit of total body conditioning as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific, like tennis, any sport, any activity that you do religiously, or you just love to do?
Yeah. So I love to work out. And, when I'm not here, I like to do strength training and different things. But I love to be outside. So we go for hikes, we go for walks. That's probably my biggest thing outside of the club. Bike rides, anything, just being outside.
You drag the dog with you?
Drag the dog with me all the time. It's so fun. I have like an excuse to get out there every day with the dog, go walking, and she loves it. So yeah, it's just so fun. Or bring her to a park and just throw the ball to her and go back and forth. But yeah, just being outside, I think, is just huge, and just being able to get some exercise outside.
I've heard the back end of a few of your stories about your dog. Like, what kind of dog do you have? Like, what's up with the dog? Everybody wants to know what's up with the dog.
So she's a COVID puppy, so pandemic puppy. So we got her. She was born in March, so she was actually born before like all the craziness started. But we ended up getting her in May. I've been talking about it for years and years. My daughter's been asking for a puppy for the longest time, and my husband's been the holdout. Yep. And then finally, there was no better time. So schools had shut down. Everything was pretty much shut down. We kind of knew we were going to be in it for a little while. Couldn't see, the light at that point. And said, if there's any time to do it, we're going to go ahead and do it. One of my neighbors, who we never ever thought would ever get a dog, got a dog. And I'm like, all right, that's it. If they got a dog, we're totally getting a dog. So
it's like keeping up with the Joneses.
Well, it was like we talked about it. They had never even talked about it. We talked about it for years. I'm like, we've just got to do this. So so we got one from a breeder. It actually only took us a couple of weeks, which was amazing. They had a litter. They were all spoken for. And then they called and said, we have cancellation. We have one, puppy that's now available. And we're like, well, we'll take her. So her name is Charlie, which seems odd. It just messes everybody up. Everyone thinks she's a boy.
Yeah.
But her name is Charlie. She's a mini golden doodle, and she's awesome. She's about 25 pounds and just like the perfect size. So you can pick her up, but not too small that you're going to step on her.
You got any pictures of her?
Yes, I do.
It's probably a lock screen, right?
It's not, actually.
No? Damn.
The lock screen is still my family.
That's when you know you're serious about the dog, though. It's a lock screen.
Yes. Oh my gosh, she's so
It's
sweet.
probably your daughter's lock screen, I bet.
Oh my gosh, my daughter is totally obsessed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's wicked cute. You mind showing them to them?
Can you see? She's so cute.
You probably have to zoom it up to the camera.
All right, we're going to the camera. That's Charlie. She's very, very sweet and very happy.
She looks like
so
it.
Fun. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet.
You have to bring her in to play with Toby one time.
I know. I thought about bringing her today just to get her out of the house. She would be cool. She'd just lay down there.
Yeah. That's Jan and Dennis's dog, by the way. In case for our members ever come in, there's a big black bear in here. Yeah. Big black lab. He's a sweetheart. Toby.
Yes. Yeah, Toby is really sweet. But so Charlie is awesome, and it's, for anybody that has a dog knows that they just bring so much joy. And my kids, that's the first thing they do when they come home from school is they run over to the dog. Yep. My husband, she sits next to him all day while he's working, and so it's great. We're loving it.
Yeah, it's just unconditional love. 24/7.
It really is. It's work, a little bit of work, but
it's worth it.
Yeah, we would never go back. Now I want another one. That's like that's an uphill battle. Yeah, I'm not winning right now. Yeah. 2 kids and a dog. I think you can call it a quits at that. Yeah, but I think she needs a buddy. We'll see. Hey, what are you gonna do? At some point.
So if somebody wanted to reach out to you just for any more tips or anything else, like class related, maybe they want to try out a class but they're nervous, how would they reach you? Like, is there an email or anything distinctly, like we can set up the front desk for them to reach you on?
Yeah, so for members can always reach me through the portal, right? And they know that I post every day. Every time I have a class, I post. They can always ask questions. And so outside of that, I'll give my email address, and anyone can feel free to email me. So it's Susan, SUSAN, .Digangi, DIGANGI @comcast.net. And I encourage, again, if somebody's new and they're, feeling intimidated, reach out. I'll come in early. I'll get you set up. I'll do whatever, you need to get done to feel comfortable and to get ready for the class. But yeah, any members or non-members, feel free to reach out, and happy to help out.
Awesome. And then what are the types of programs you do outside of the club? Like I hear all these different things, but you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, is she like Wonder Woman? Because you're involved with the school committee, right? And then you also do, you're helping out with the Kids for Cancer donation as well, correct?
Yeah, so not school committee, but I'm on the board for the parent association at the high school. So I've been doing that for like 5 or 6 years. So we work together, we raise funds and help to distribute those funds at the high school for enrichment programs for the kids. We do teacher events, we do a lot of different things, and it's been difficult because it's been COVID and the kids have been in and out of school, and so we've done different things. We just most recently purchased 6 picnic tables, those nice metal picnic tables. Purchased those for the kids, so now that they can get outside during lunch, which has been amazing. So so we do things like that. Yeah, I'm involved in Kicks for Cancer, so I'm glad you brought that up. So I'm the representative this year for the town of Bedford. So Kicks for Cancer, for anybody that doesn't know, it's an annual event.
Let me get up now.
Mike is wearing the
My
shirt.
time to get up.
So Mike is wearing the shirt. So it's an annual event. It originated in Concord at Concord Carlisle High School. The coach, one of the soccer coaches, his wife was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and there was no way that they couldn't detect it. So it was one of those things that she lost her life to that. And it, the kids in the community wanted to do something, and so they started this event, and it has grown throughout the years. So now the games actually start there Saturday, September 25th. There's 34 teams that'll come together and they play, and it's soccer. And they play for this one cause, Kids for Cancer, and all the money raised for this cause goes to women's cancer research at Dana-Farber. And it's amazing how it's grown throughout the years. So Bedford varsity boys and girls soccer teams, they raise money. They've actually raised $6,000 this year for the program, which is amazing. Sheesh. We also had a private donor through one of the soccer parents for the Italian American Club in Watertown, Mass, and they're amazing because they are donating $5,000 to this cause too. So that is pretty awesome.
That's incredible.
And then the club is working and raising funds. So we've got a raffle basket here, which is awesome. So it's got over $550 worth of valued at worth of gift cards, apparel, personal training, stretch meds, so really great stuff in there.
Come by the front desk, you guys will see. You can't miss it. You'll whack your head off the balloons when you're going by.
So and any donation is welcome. You get an entry into the raffle basket, but really great stuff. And the club is open tomorrow to the community. So bring your friends, bring your family, and sign up for a class. They are filling up, so sign up quickly. But it's a great event, and it's a great fundraiser.
You're teaching the spin class tomorrow, right?
And I am teaching spin, 7:30. We're gonna have a great ride. We're gonna have like a inspirational, motivational, really positive ride full of hope and lots of fun. So
yeah, so watch this episode, come in tomorrow, donate, and then come take a nice little ride with Susan. Introduce yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Any other things you want to add?
No, thank you for doing this. This is great. It's a lot of fun. And if anybody wants to reach out, please do. I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to help people get started and help you work towards reaching your goals.